What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Sly Jordy, and welcome back to F1 24 for a little special episode today. The new updates for F1 World and Challenge Career have come in, and they are based around two-time drivers champion and my favorite driver, Fernando Alonso. So, reenacts the drama of the 2011 Silverstone GP, where Alonso was leading the race with chasing drivers on fresher tyres behind him. Play as Alonso and hold on to the lead to secure his first win in Formula 1 for 12 years. And then we got the best of Fernando jump into the cockpit in Challenge Career, playing as two-time Drivers' World Champion Fernando Alonso for Aston Martin, racing at circuits he won at in his successful 2006 campaign. So the last time he won the championship. So yeah, that's going to be cool to play, I suppose, until you actually go on to the Challenge Career and you preview the rewards for said mode. And it's just stickers and critical insight, and these mean nothing. To most players, these literally mean nothing. I am actively upgrading my car in F1 World. I don't use critical insight at all. I just take the upgrades that I earn from the actual events and then just go from there. You know, I don't care enough to spend this stuff to craft those parts, you know? That's awful. You know, I thought we would have gotten, like, liveries and racing suits for each season. You know, in the Leclerc one, that was the case. That's how we got Constellation, which I actually really liked. That actually ended up being my F1 World car, if I can show you guys right here. Yeah, I actually really liked this livery, and you know, the rest of the suit was pretty good as well. I didn't use it personally, but either way, I thought it was a pretty good set of items, and I genuinely thought that that was going to be the appeal of Challenge Career throughout the entire season. Who is going to want to play it now when all we're getting is, like, fucking stickers and critical insight? Who's going to want to play it if all we're getting is stickers and critical insight? It just... that makes absolutely no sense, but that's not what we're focusing on today. If you guys want me to do a video on that, I might get round to it, we'll see. Or maybe it's just something I'll just play on my own, who knows. Or maybe that's all we earn for this week and we earn the actual good stuff in later episodes. I don't know, but either way, we're focusing on something else today. Ranked multiplayer, as a little preview. There you go, we made it to the Elite Division. We ended up finishing P9. I can't really tell you how close it was, because it won't let me show previous results, but what matters is we have made it. And the cool thing about reaching the Elite Division is that once you make it, it doesn't seem as though you'll get relegated. It's just you get to focus on this one division and earn as many points as possible, and that's why people like Beanie actually have like 5,000 points, because they made it to Elite really, really early. And so, yeah, that's why he's got, like, loads and loads and loads of points, and these guys probably made it, like, the week afterwards. And the tracks for this week are actually looking pretty good as well. Silverstone returns. It was there last week, but Portugal and Jeddah. I don't know how Jeddah's going to be. Jeddah might be awful for ranked, but Portugal's definitely going to be really cool to play, that's for sure. Especially since I actually haven't played that track that much, if at all, in this game, so that's going to be really cool. But yes, what we're focusing on is the Alonso Silverstone 2011 flashback. With only a handful of laps remaining at the Formula 1 Qatar Airways British Grand Prix 2024, Fernando Alonso finds himself leading the pack. However, the charging Red Bulls are closing in and fast. Can he hold them off and secure a sensational victory? So this is going to be our first scenario event of the year. This was one of my favorite parts of F1 23, that they had these every so often. Obviously, it was much better back in the day. That's why they do these scenario events, because it's sort of a callback to then. I really wish, you know, we had an extra, just a scenario mode. That would be really cool, and just recreate these sort of things. That's why the Challenge Career is going to be a little bit weird. We're sort of recreating his 2006 victories. I guess they're just putting that in a modern scope, but the way they're putting it, it makes it a little awkward. Like, why not just bring back classic cars, you know? But yeah, here we go. It would be really cool if they just brought back the one classic car, which was Alonso's Renault, and then have that versus all the modern cars for the Challenge Career mode. That would be really cool, I think. But yeah, let's get into this flashback, basically, scenario. Difficulty-wise, the default difficulty is 31 for F1 World. We're going to turn that right up. I'm not going to put it as high as 95 as I have it for career mode, but I'll put it at 90. 90 seems pretty well. Weekend structure, session length full, so we're going to be starting at a certain time. And without further ado, let's actually get into this scenario and earn those rewards, because this is actually how you unlock the electric lime or whatever it's called, as we saw in that mini trailer that they put out on Instagram, you know. That this is actually how you unlock it. I would have thought that would have been the challenge career mode, but it's not. It's literally just from doing this. So I actually quite like that. It makes it a lot easier to get that. But what are they going to be doing for the challenge career things? You know, like what will be the point in doing that? Anyway, without further ado, here we go. I'm excited. Let's go. So we are Fernando Alonso on warm mediums, I guess, or are we about to pit? I don't know. What's going on? Right, yeah, we're on warm mediums, but we're not pitting. It's too late in the race. That is Piastri right there. He's a back marker. Perez is not far behind, so we've really got to hold him off. Oh, no, that's not Perez. That's Verstappen. So we've really got to hold him off at 90 difficulty. He is only 2 seconds behind, so yeah, that's going to be tough. Max Verstappen really not far away from us, so we just got to keep it here as Fernando Alonso. I think we'll be fine though. I didn't put a setup on or anything. I probably should have, to be honest. Well, I don't actually have a setup. I just have certain stats that I proper change, like the brake bias, for example. But I've only managed to get around to that. But yeah, Max Verstappen, it's not going to take him long to catch up on those softs, that's for sure. And we've somehow got to hold him off to secure victory. He does have to get past those back markers still, though, so that's definitely something to think about. And I think putting it on hot lap might actually be our best bet. So we'll go about doing that. But yeah, we've got Hulkenberg to catch up with here. We'll be overtaking him on the straight over here. It's getting a bit difficult to catch up to some of these guys though. There he is, slowing down. Good man, Nico. As Max Verstappen creeps ever closer towards Fernando Alonso here. But Fernando Alonso, he's holding pretty well on those mediums so far. Could he be able to secure his first victory in Formula 1 in 12 years? Guess we'll find out. But I wonder how frequent we're actually going to be getting events like this, you know? I hope it's semi-frequently, because customization is really, really lacking in this game, to be honest. But there is Verstappen. He is about to get into DRS, so we're going to be in a lot of trouble now. We've really got to start defending against Verstappen. That is not good for us in the slightest. And it might not be long before Verstappen actually does get the overtake. But either way, I think we got a good chance of a podium if Verstappen does overtake us. But of course the objective is to win. So we've got to make sure we stay ahead of him. There is Verstappen. He's got the slipstream. There's the DRS. Could we be able to beat him to the inside of this corner and really start fighting Max? Pushing it wide just a little bit. It's getting really frosty here, really aggressive. But Fernando Alonso lives to survive another lap in front. But that was tough. That was definitely tough, and we've got to defend that for the next couple of laps. I really like that though. On this difficulty, it was still really easy to do in F1 23, and I guess that's the one thing that 24 100% does better than 23. It's that the AI actually properly fights you this time. In 23, they sort of had the tendency to back off. I don't know why, especially when you were side to side going through corners. You'll be able to see it in, I think it was the last episode that I did of F1 23. I was going side by side with Perez on the last lap of the Grand Prix, and he just sort of backed off. You know, I don't know why he did that, but it was definitely an odd one, that's for sure. And here comes Max Verstappen now, really using overtake. It's going to be side by side going into Cops. And Verstappen thinks better of it. He doesn't want a repeat of 2021, that's for sure. And we're going to charge up our ERS just a little bit. We're going to be in quite a lot of trouble, under a lot of pressure here from the Red Bulls. We're not going to get DRS though. I would have hoped we would have, but we got some overtake that we were able to use to our advantage here. And we have somehow, some way, kept both Red Bulls behind. And now, we go on to the final lap of the Grand Prix. Fernando Alonso is being hunted down by the two Red Bulls, but he is holding fast. The Spaniard is holding on strong and is still on for the P1 finish. But what do Verstappen and Perez have to say about this? What a fight it has been for Fernando Alonso. He is on worn mediums, the Red Bulls on fresher softs. However, the softs would have started to set in now as Verstappen looks to make the move, and it's side by side. It's so close between the two, but Max Verstappen has taken the lead here in the Silverstone Grand Prix. Oh my god, and the dream might just be over for Alonso. However, he does have one more opportunity. There is one more DRS detection point, one more opportunity for the two-time Drivers' Champion to come out on top here in the British Grand Prix, but Sergio Perez is also following very close behind. It all comes down to who has more energy, who has the grit and the determination to come out on top here. Here we go. This is it. Fernando must be giving it everything, and look at this. He dives down the outside, and Fernando Alonso takes the lead. Verstappen not able to hold on, and we are now looking at the first victory in 12 years. It's Fernando Alonso taking the top step of the podium. Oh my, that's just wonderful. Oh, well, there you have it, guys. So that was the Alonso scenario race. Not much has happened past that, so yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. But we do have a livery set to unlock, so let's get to it. And this is a pretty familiar screen if you played the scenarios last year. There you go, all the bonuses that we got, and there's our total, 276,000. I don't know if that applies to a leaderboard or anything. I never knew, to be quite honest with you. I guess it applies to something, right? Or maybe it's just arbitrary numbers to make me feel good. I don't know. But these are our rewards here. Well, there's F1 World rewards. We should have rewards in our mail, but for some reason I don't appear to have received them. This is still a thing? Really? This is really still a thing? What do we have to do to earn these, man? Look. So this is what I was supposed to have earned from the get-go here. This is the electric lime set. It looks pretty good. Definitely based on Aston Martin. I like it, especially the helmet. I really, really like the helmet, to be quite honest. It quite reminds me a little bit of the F1 23 default helmet. You know, how it curves round the front there a little bit. But I quite like that, and I think it would look really good in purple. However, I just haven't received them for some reason. So this is still a thing where we won't receive them for a couple of days, I suppose. Which certainly sucks. I don't know why that's a thing. Ah, so it does apply to something. So there you go. I'm P13 in the world. Literally top 3% in the world. I've done really well there. But I guess it all depends on how many points you earn. But yeah, we're not actually that far off, to be honest. I guess these guys have gotten, you know, more points because they were using less assists, whereas I have all similar assists on. I don't know, it has a brake logo and it's green, but I don't use a braking assist. I don't know what that's about, but whatever. We haven't got our rewards for some reason, or maybe they're just right straight into our inventory, maybe? I don't know, usually it would appear though. Like, it would appear with something new, I suppose. But we don't seem to have received it, so that's still a thing, unfortunately. But, yeah, guys, that was the Alonso Aston Martin event for F1 24. You can basically beat it in about 10 minutes, if that. There's the challenge career stuff as well, but it doesn't really look as though it's worth doing right now unless you've really got nothing to do. We'll see if there's any better rewards that show later on within the episodes, but as of right now, it's not really worth doing. So guys, cheers for watching. I'll see you all next time. Peace.